Hi there, I'm Jack Van Ryn, Mayor of the Town of Coaldale. I will be giving you a council brief from our regular council meeting that was held April the 11th, 2023. And the first item on the agenda was under business arising from the minutes, agenda item 4.1, and that was regarding the Coaldale Cemetery Columbarium report along with recommendations. We had our Director of Operational Services, Justin McPherson, present to council, and this was regarding something that council discussed back in October of 2022, where council asked administration to consult with surrounding funeral homes for proposals to partner with the town of Coaldale to build a columbarium. So a columbarium is a structure that we currently have one now at our graveyard, and the columbarium has what we call niches. So they are intended for anyone that wants to place their loved one's ashes in a structure, so that instead of them having a graveyard plot, they can have a niche inside of this structure referred to as a columbarium. So as part of the proposal, council considered it at budget times in December, and we passed a motion to spend up to $55,000 on building our own. Also, we instructed administration to reach out to local funeral homes to see if there was any interest in them working with the town on getting one installed. And as part of that, we had administration send out a request for expressions of interest, and that was sent out on March 7th, 2023 to the local funeral homes, with it closing on March 21st, 2023. And unfortunately, we had no responses from any of the funeral homes. So at our council meeting today, we passed two motions. And the first one was that council direct administration to proceed with the columbarium as proposed, I should say, in the 2023 capital budget that was passed in December. And that was a $55,000 line item. And we gave Justin the go-ahead to go ahead and get quotes on getting the columbarium built. The next item that was passed by way of motion was council to direct administration to bring back options for the pricing of the niches and revise the cemetery section of the fees and rates bylaw to add prices for the columbarium niches. So basically what that is that once this new structure is built, we have to come up with a price on what the municipality is going to be charging our residents to place their loved ones' ashes inside of the columbarium. So that's going to be coming back to a future council meeting. Our administration team will reach out to surrounding municipalities to see what their current fee schedule is. The next item that came up under new business, agenda item 8.1, was regarding the Alberta Birds of Prey Foundation, and they're in the process of building a new picnic shelter that's going to be located just to the southwest of the gift shop and east, actually I should say as well. And it's going to be close to the water's edge. And it was originally passed as part of direct control that the town has over the birds of prey area. And direct control basically is a way that council has a say on anything and everything that's being built in that certain area. And we have other areas in Coaldale as well where we have direct control on. And direct control in this case, council can approve anything from the color of the siding to the paint schemes. But in this case with the Alberta Birds of Prey Foundation, Colin Weir is building a picnic shelter that overlooks one of the storm ponds, or a wetland. And my understanding is they're going to have a spotting scope so people can enjoy the picnic shelter and also look at wildlife that are located in the wetland area. So a problem came up when they were laying it out, that they felt it was a little bit too close to the water, and what they wanted to do was shift the entire building. And in order for them to do that, they needed council's blessing for them to proceed with the project. So council passed a resolution or a motion to allow the Birds of Prey Foundation to move or shift the picnic shelter over slightly. Then we had, under departmental reports, agenda item 9.1, we had a operational update, again by our Director of Operational Services, Justin McPherson. And basically he kind of brought council up to speed with some of the items that we passed as part of our capital budget in December. And the first one that we talked about was a hydrovac truck that was passed during deliberations, and that's a $399,000 vehicle that aids town staff in exposing underground utilities. The unit is supposed to be here next week, and council is looking forward to, along with staff, with this new piece of equipment joining our fleet. Then we also had an update regarding our fleet capital replacement. We've replaced 2 vehicles, and the way it works with our fleet vehicles is that once the primary unit exceeds its primary lifespan, we shift it down the line. So the primary unit is replaced with a new unit, and then the old unit is shifted down to a different department, then shifted down to a different department, shifted down to a different department, and then finally sold off. So we replaced 2 units as part of our capital budget in December, and the first one was for our community services. And our community services team basically looks after the sports facilities within our town. They look after the different events. They're also going to be tasked with looking after the new multi-use recreation center, and they need a vehicle for hauling equipment back and forth to the different locations for staff members. So that was one purchase. And then the other purchase was for our operations department, and they will be taking ownership of a new vehicle coming up towards the end of this month as well. Then Justin gave us an update on something that we've been doing for a few years now in Coaldale, and that is regarding sewer relining. So regarding our deep services, one being sewer pipes, is that once they reach their life expectancy, instead of digging them up at a huge expense and replacing them, they have this new process referred to as sewer relining. So basically what they do is that with a very unique process, and I'll put the link in the comment section, where they inflate a PVC membrane inside of the existing pipe, and that creates a new pipe within the pipe, and it extends the service life of the infrastructure by many, many, many years. And it's a huge cost saving to our municipality by undertaking this new method. And again, we've been doing this for a while now, so we budgeted $200,000 for them to continue doing that this year, and that's slated to be done in August. That you'll see that on a street somewhere in Coaldale. Excuse me. Then Justin gave us an update on what's been happening with snow removal so far this year, and based on our snowfall, we've had 3 what we call large snow events, where we've had to help, or get help, I should say, along with our municipal partner that we have contracted to help us with snow removal. And that's a process that comes up where we open that up for tender for companies to help our operations department with clearing our priority routes. And currently Dennis Dirtworks has that contract. And just for a bit of information, 1 day of contracted snow removal can cost us as a municipality $12,000 to $15,000 per event. So again, I want to give a big shout out to our operations department for all their work that they've been doing with getting the streets cleared in a timely fashion. That includes, like on Main Street, one thing that we've added to is to make sure that the barrier-free access ramps are cleared off as well, so that anybody that needs help getting to an appointment, they don't have to deal with heavy snow on the ramps. And then the last items under information items, we had 3 letters. One was regarding the School Age Care Directors Association of Alberta, and that was regarding a proclamation request. Then we had an update regarding SAWA, and SAWA stands for the Southern Alberta Energy from Waste Association that Coaldale is part of, and that's regarding a large facility they're going to be building near Brooks, where they're going to take anything that's normally dumped into the landfill. It's going to go there, and they're going to process it and create cogeneration electricity off the process. So that's exciting, and we're going to have our rep on the board present to council sometime in late May as to where they're at with that program. And then we also had correspondence from the Green Acres Foundation, and they wanted to come and present to council regarding a report they want to present. So our municipal clerk, Lana Anthony, is setting up a time at a future council meeting where they can come and present in person. And basically that is the concludes the open portion of the meeting. And like I always do in the comment section, I will have the entire agenda package that you can look up. There's links that you can click on that'll take you to the corresponding staff report. And I encourage you to take a look at that. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me. I'll have my contact information at the end of this video. I'll have my email address, my phone number. Feel free to call me anytime with any questions, concerns. Same goes for any other member of council. All of us, it's all about communication and transparency. Feel free to reach out to us anytime. Stop us on the street. It's important that we have a conversation with you. Also, do me a big favor, if you take the time to watch this video, do me a favor. It's important to get the information out, and you can do that just by liking it on social media. Also works very well if you leave a comment, and please share it. That's another way. There's many social media sites that it can be shared to. Please help me out by doing that. It's important to get the word out. Other than that, that's everything for today's recap, and I look forward to talking to you on the street or at the next event that myself or other members of council are volunteering at. So I always enjoy having a conversation with our residents. So take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.